Welcome to Driving Immersion, the immersive racing experience. The following presentation is a full-length race of the Bahrain Grand Prix with full simulation settings, with damage, fuel use, and tire wear. Complete manual pit stops, manual ERS, no anti-lock brakes, no traction control, all from the view of the driver. Feel free to comment below or give us a thumbs up, and consider subscribing for upcoming races of the Formula One season.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he starts from pole position. And it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Hamilton, Perez, Carlos Sainz and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Norris, Gasly and Sebastian Vettel, Tsunoda, Stroll, Esteban Ocon, the Professor, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, George Russell and Mick Schumacher. Sato, Fernando Alonso, they've taken a grid penalty. Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Yes, it's a brand new season with a new car, new livery, and a new teammate. Our teammate this year is Marino Sato, as of now. And when you first start your career in F1 2021, the available teammates are random. So here's our pit strategy for the race. You can see here that we've got one with 2 red tires or 2 yellow tires. We're going to stick with the 2 red tires as it's not going to save us any time going with 2 yellows. In fact, that's going to take us longer. And we're not going to add any fuel to the vehicle for the race, as we are not able to change the fuel strategy, meaning that we can't switch to the rich fuel mixture while we're in the race in F1 2021. We will still be able to save fuel in the case that we are in a full course yellow or a rain delay, and switch it to lean. So here's the track map. It is clockwise, so we will be starting at the bottom of your screen and moving to the left into turn 1, which is a very sharp right-hander.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
And then turn 2 follows immediately as a left kink into a very wide, less of a turn 3, which is right here. And this is where we will be struggling with grip as we try to accelerate as soon as we can to get into the short straight.
No rain expected for the time being.
Turn 4, there should be a lot of passing here, and it is going to bring us very wide into the left here, into turn 5, which is a very soft left-hander. Turn 6, turn 7, and then turn 8, a very slow right-hander here again. It almost doubles back on itself as a hairpin. Going uphill, we're going to be struggling again with grip to come up to speed. Turn 9, right here on your left, followed immediately by turn 10, which is probably the slowest corner in the race. And again, we will be accelerating to full speed into the DRS zone. Turn 11 here is going to be a long
Almost double apex left-hander, but it's only one. Turn 12, bends to the right. Turn 13 here, almost downhill. And another stretch here into turn 14, followed by turn 15, which is right here, which again is not much of a turn, into the second DRS zone down the main straight past the pit lane. Okay, so we wait for the others to get in their grid spots. We are starting in 14th place. And here we go, the red lights are on. When they turn off, the race will start. So you can see here that we actually get a pretty good dive through turn 1.
There on the left.
And right away we're up with the Ferraris. Turn 5. 6. Turn 7. Again, very slow here through turn 8. And again, we will be struggling with a lot of grip here. Coming up over a crest, down to turn 9. And braking all the way to turn 10, down to first gear or second gear. Accelerate out to a straight DRS zone. So right away the cars are kind of spacing out. We've actually got a lot of room. Here's the standings so far for the race, and Max Verstappen is at the lead with Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas right behind.
Very close but no touch. He wants to close off the inside.
Very good draft here on the Ferrari. Let's see if we can take him. He is right there on the right. Nope. So lap 2 now of the Bahrain Grand Prix. No DRS yet. Coming through again through the curvy section of the race. And you can see here that we're still up with the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. So as we came out of turn 10 there, you can see that we were struggling for grip. And there are a lot of zones here where you will be full throttle coming out of a very slow corner. So our differential lock is actually pretty high for this race. Lap 3 now, you can see the Ferrari's got a little space ahead of us. And looking behind us, you can see there that the AlphaTauri of Tsunoda is battling with Lando Norris in the McLaren. So a few of the improvements I've noticed this year is that the AI is less likely to go very slowly into a turn, and you're not tripping over them if you are behind them. So lap 4 now, and we are maintaining status quo. There is a battle building behind us. The McLarens are actually pretty fast this year. Yeah, very tricky turn 4 there. It will always push you out to the left. Keep trying to change our fuel mixture with the dial that we have set on our wheel, but nothing happens. You can change it to lean, but it won't go into rich. So you can see back there that the McLaren has gotten around Sonoda in the AlphaTauri, and in fact he went into the pits. Perhaps he got into a collision. And the Ferrari is slowly moving ahead. We are maintaining our laps here, meaning that we're not losing a second or two in between laps. In fact, right here we are ahead by 0.3 of a second. So the other cars are just going faster at this point, as the red tires will come into grip after a few laps.
The car ahead is 3.2 seconds.
So in the camera here, that you can see that we have one of the stock helmets in the game. We do have our modded helmet, but it was not transferred into the game in time for the first race. Once you start a race weekend, you can't change any logos or uniforms. I don't think you can even change the color of your gloves and so on. So we will have to wait until the end of this race weekend to change over to the modded helmet. Yeah, at this point, Leclerc is kind of just speeding away. We're not struggling with the car as the tires are still in pretty good shape, but he is that much faster. And you can see here that the McLaren is coming up. So you can see the McLaren's right up to us now and racing with us. And he is definitely within DRS range next time we go through. Coming in through turn 10, he takes a look on the inside. No collision, but he could make it. And you can see there that he's got his DRS wing open. Still in the background, you can see now that he's got his DRS wing open again. Down the main straight, and he will make another attempt. Here he is, just on our right. He ends up bouncing over the curb, losing a lot of speed and momentum, so we are able to stay ahead of him. Coming into another DRS zone, he should have his wing open, there you go. But just not enough.
So the problem is that I'm understeering a lot.
Coming out of turn 10 into a DRS zone. Again, he's going to have another try. Not enough. From the McLaren, you can see there that he just didn't have enough to come around us. You almost have to have a perfect jump or start to get by in that first DRS zone. So Lando puts the McLaren in the right place at the right time. He will have another try at us down this main straight, and he is right under our wing at this point. So as soon as he opens his wing, he'll have at least 10 miles an hour of speed on us, and there he goes. But we're not going to let him outbrake us. We're on the inside. Little bumping there, and we try to push him out. Rides over the curb on turn 3 and loses momentum, so we're able to keep our place and stay ahead. And he didn't have that DRS open as he was ahead of us coming out of turn 1. Oh, and a very good move. And that's one of the improvements in 2021, and it has been improving through the years in F1. The AI is just behaving more like they should. And you can see there that Lando had been trying to find a way around us for several laps with no success. And you can see there that going into turn 10 that he just had the momentum coming out of 9 to outbrake us and turn left earlier than we did, and he was able to get by without any collision or fanfare. And there he is now, just ahead of us coming down the main straight. So he is faster. He's already
available on the MFD.
1.1 seconds ahead of us, and now we are having to battle with the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly behind us, and they also have the Honda engine, so they should be just as fast, if not faster, than our quote-unquote brand new team. There in the hut, you can see on the lower right of the screen that the tires are having a lot of wear. I believe that is 27 and 28%, which in last year's game would have been pretty close to what you consider 50%. So they're very well worn at this point if we were in last year's game. But you can see here that I'm still able to get around. There is noticeable loss of grip as you go through the laps, but the car is still definitely maintainable. And there is a pit strategy for the race, and we're going to try to stick with that and handle and manage the car and the tires as we continue lapping. So maybe there's a lot of wear on the tires, and the pit lane sees that or understands that, so they keep trying to push a new pit strategy, which would entail coming in sooner to change out of these tires, but again, that would change the pit strategy. And leave us out perhaps too long on the last set of tires, which is not going to be good if you are racing with somebody at the end of the race. You always try to plan for tires to be in good condition at the end, just in case. So as you can see, we're still within sight of Lando Norris in the McLaren, so we are not moving that slowly or not having that much difficulty with the track, but he is definitely much faster than us. Again, downhill towards turn 9, turn 10. As we accelerate out, loss of grip there.
Back ones aren't doing too well either.
Turn 11, 12, 13. 14 and 15. There we are. There's Lando Norris going into the pits.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
So he did probably wear his tires faster. In the process of using that much speed. So he did come in. We are expected on the next lap to come in and change out of these reds. You can see now that we are in the 30s, 30% wear on these tires.
D for a new strategy option.
So it's been about 3 years now that Formula One has allowed us to pick a strategy option while we're in the race, and at this point I have just barely figured out how to do it. I may have just done it once or twice successfully. It's a matter of scrolling down and
Understood, copy that.
moving one of the thumbsticks to the right to choose the new strategy. But again, you still have to read what the strategy is presenting while you're driving, which is difficult sometimes, especially if you are racing with somebody else on the track. Here we are for our first pit stop. Out of the reds into our second set. Not a long time, 2.3 seconds, 2.4 seconds.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
So we have no reported damage of the front wings. However, was a lot of banging going around in the first portion of the race, so I was thinking that they would probably change it out, but again, there are no indications that there was any damage, so they didn't change them or change the front wing. Obviously in Formula One you can't change the rear wing. It would take too much time. That it would just basically take you out of the race if it required changing. So new set of reds. We've been using fuel, so the car should be lighter at this point. We should be going faster. There's our place in the race. We are now in 15th place after that first pit stop. But I think we're one of the early pit stoppers, so you'll see other cars coming in pretty soon. Nice aerial view of the inside part of the track. And again, that's our new livery for the 2021 season. Let us know what you think down below. If you like it or don't like it. We are now behind Pierre Gasly. I don't know if he's come in yet, but we are considerably faster than him at this point.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
So we got the fastest lap right there, and we do have our DRS open. We are going to try to get around him. You can see here that he's got the inside line. Again, he bounces off the curbs on turn 1, loses momentum, so we were able to just fly by. Riding now with Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri, you can see that with our brand new set of reds. Oh, he should have come in already. He's got his yellows on. So he did change out of his reds, and we were able to catch him because we have our second set of reds. And that is why he's behind us again. So we are streaming away from Pierre Gasly. Now the way that I have my ERS set up is a push button on my steering wheel, so that as long as I keep the button pressed, the ERS is active, and as soon as I let it go, it is inactive, meaning that it's no longer providing overtake power. Now I believe throughout the lap the car is still controlling how much it uses. For example, if it's on medium. But you can see here that with the actuation of the left thumb by the driver, that the game intends for the button to be pushed and released, and it will stay on, and then you'll have to again push the button to turn it off. So yeah, on lap 18, people should have, the other drivers should have switched over to a new set of tires by now if they did start on their reds, and they should have. And you can see that the other drivers, some of them are starting to get faster laps as the cars get lighter. You can see the McLaren ahead of us has the set of yellows on. At this point, I don't know if it'll be good enough to last the rest of the race for a one stop. When we were looking at our pit strategy at the beginning of the race, it didn't look like one set of yellows could go more than half the race. So they should still have another pit stop coming to them. But we'll have to wait and see. So there you saw that Max Verstappen just got the fastest lap, and the three, Verstappen, Bottas, and Hamilton, are battling 1, 2, and 3 up front. Again, here's the new livery. Let us know what you think. You can see there on the front end plates of the front wing that the leading corner has been damaged on both sides with all the bumping that was going on in the beginning of the race. But I guess the pit crew doesn't think that's enough damage to change out the front wing. So we will continue driving on with this for the race. Coming into turn 8, accelerate out, going up. Trying to keep our grip. Turn 9 in here, turn 10, very sharp left. There is a car ahead of us, and again, that is the McLaren of Lando Norris. So the standings show that we are now in 8th place. Everybody has, after everybody has taken their first set of pits. We are showing 3.2 seconds behind Lando Norris, who is in 7th, with a Ferrari ahead of him. Sergio Perez in the 2nd Red Bull is in 5th place. Daniel Ricciardo in a McLaren is in 4th place, so he should be going pretty fast, but he is 10 seconds behind 1, 2, and 3. Our teammate is way behind. Again, his name is Marino Sato. I was actually hoping to pick one of the legends as my teammate. Perhaps that will come when Marino's contract expires. I would probably take on Alan Prost. But the selection of available teammates at the beginning is again random, and in fact the common teammates were not actually visible. Marino just happened to fit our monetary budget at the time. And as this is his first race, we're going to be very forgiving about his performance as of right now. So lap 22, we are still in 8th place. maintaining our place in the race. You can see that we do have Lando Norris again ahead of us. Pierre Gasly has fallen back, and now we are riding with Lewis Hamilton in first place, looking back at Max Verstappen in second in the Red Bull, and right behind them Valtteri Bottas in the second Mercedes. Now, very noticeable in F1 2021, right off the back camera, you can see that the engine coming, or the heat coming from the engine, the haze that it creates is distorting the camera view towards the back, which is pretty cool. I don't know of any other game that is facilitating any visualizations like that. Which just means that, Formula One, as far
A
as
new strategy is available on the MFD.
Codemasters is concerned, has a lot more room as far as graphics go. I understand that not everybody has the same speedy machine, so they do have to stay within their limits, and which is the reason why, when you get into those other games, like iRacing perhaps, or R-Factor, or Race Room Racing Experience, that their graphics are not to this level, and it's because their users, which are usually PC users, don't have the same equipment. Some have older, lesser equipment, and they want to keep the door open to them being able to play the game. But Formula One for the last 4 or 5 years has not held back at all on the graphics. It has definitely gotten better every year. The reflections on the cars, the shadows and shading, even these tire tracks here on the track. There's really not another game that can come close. The accuracy of the cars to the cars in real life is second to none. Riding here with Valtteri Bottas, working at the battle for 1 and 2. That's Max Verstappen with the DRS open, coming up onto Lewis Hamilton, but he is pinned in. Coming into turn 4. You can see that Valtteri has gotten around the outside. It's possible that Max had gone over the curb on the inside and it had slowed him down, and that's why Valtteri has gotten around.
Gap to car in front is 2.5 seconds.
Back with the 66, you can see there that there is a Ferrari and a McLaren just ahead of us. I believe the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc is slowing down Lando Norris, which has allowed us to catch up to both of them. Now again, back to Lewis Hamilton, looking at Valtteri Bottas with Max Verstappen in third place. A lot less sparks coming from the cars this year as opposed to 2020. I think that as the teams are coming to the end of this current car's usage, they have increased the rake on the car, which means that it sits a little bit higher, so there's less parts of the car close to the ground, and that's why as the years go on with this car, there are less and less spark coming out. But I do remember in 2020 that there were a lot of sparks. Now, it is a night race, so you would think that you would definitely see more of the sparks coming from the cars, but I've only seen a couple of occurrences so far. Yes, for some reason it looks like that we are gaining on the two cars ahead, but only very slowly. Lap 26 now, we have 10 or 12 laps on these tires. And they're usually only good for about 15, maybe 17 if you are kind to them. So as we do see the cars in front of us,
Gap ahead is 2.5 seconds.
there's really not much that we can do to try to get up there. Yes, last year this would be a very good example of when you would change your fuel mixture to rich, and it would definitely work. It would definitely would have brought us closer to the two cars ahead of us. Right now all we have is the ERS to boost our speed. Now we've gained about 7/10 of a second within the lap to get up to these two, so well, now you can see that Norris had gotten around the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, and that's going to allow him to perhaps disappear into the distance there. He does have, I believe, a set of yellows. Looking back from the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc at the 66. He did have his DRS available to him. We did not. One of the other aspects of the new game for 2021 is that you can't follow too closely into turns. You will lose grip.
Strategy option.
Well, we weren't going to go anywhere there.
Strategy is available on the MFD.
Battling now with Charles Leclerc. Both of us have our DRS open. We are on the inside of our right-hand turn, and we do get around. Looking out from Charles Leclerc, you can see the 66 is kind of getting away. Lap 29, there's our tire situation. Again, we are under high wear, and I believe our pit stop is scheduled at lap 32. So here under the pit menu, we can change a couple of things, like the front wing, the tires that they will be putting on, and whether or not to fix some of the damage, if there is any, if it can be changed or fixed. And again, you have to flip through there while you're racing, which is fine, I guess. Coming into turn 9, turn 10. Charles Leclerc is still there, so he has regained his composure, or we have slowed down with worn tires. He's got his DRS open, coming around to our left. He gets by momentarily, but we close off the left-hander. Now timing shows that he is 0.7 seconds behind, and ahead of us 2.1 seconds to Lando Norris. Lap 31 now. So now here's the difference between the yellow and the red tires. You can see that our yellows, or our reds, have fallen off grip, and you can see that the yellows at this point are able to keep up with us, as they will be able to race longer than the reds. But the reds have allowed us to
Okay, copy that.
catch up.
Right.
There we are. We just programmed for a pit stop to change out of these reds. Into the pit lane. And I still don't have any damage indicators pertaining to the front wing. I don't think they will be addressed. No, they won't. Here we are, just a quick tire change. So we come out behind Sebastian Vettel in 9th place. Lance Stroll just behind us in the second Aston Martin. So you can see there in the standings that Ocon and Alonso are right up there, and we hadn't heard too much about Alonso in 2021 in the Alpine. Hopefully his fortunes will change for 2022. So clear track ahead of us now. The name of the game at this point is to maintain these tires, as we will keep these for the end of the race. And again, you always want to have a good set of tires at the end, just in case you are in the middle of the battle to the finish line.
Gap to the car ahead is 4.3 seconds.
Loss of grip accelerating out of 10 again. There you see with the graphics that Lewis Hamilton has just achieved the fastest lap. So once again, we still have a clear track ahead of us, and this is helping us to maintain our tires. Having a look at Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari with Sebastian Vettel just ahead of him. They are the close battle on the track right now. And that is a Ferrari versus an Aston Martin. Should have his DRS available to him down the straight here. There we go. But he is on the outside and nothing doing. Back with the 66. I believe that was a back marker ahead of us. Looks like one of the Haas. From the wing of Sebastian Vettel. With Carlos Sainz and Chase in the Ferrari. Lap 36 now. So the car ahead of us should have the blue flag, and he should be letting us by. I believe he's got 5 corners to let us by. Who's this? This is Alonso for a quick pit stop. So here's the 66. Again, we got around that back marker, one of the Haas. And back with Alonso, he has rejoined with a battle just ahead of him. That is Lance Stroll in the Williams, and he gets by. So we have a train of 4 cars there with Fernando Alonso in the lead, coming down through turn 9 and turn 10. And as you can see, he is able to get away as he's got a fresh set of tires. Now these are yellows, and so are the tires of the car behind him, George Russell. And there's his teammate rejoining the race. That's Esteban Ocon. And he gives way to Fernando Alonso. But they are racing with each other. Along with George Russell, who is just behind them. And I believe the 5th car in tow is Kimi Räikkönen. So he is catching them. Back with the 66 on lap 37. Looking at our tires, the yellows are doing well. We do have a car behind us. lap 38. We still have Charles Leclerc right behind us. And he is actually close enough to set off our proximity sensor. And he's coming in right now. There's a big hit right there, and you can see that it kind of spun him around. It's definitely going to push him back. I don't know if he's able to continue. There is a glimpse of a car behind. There he is. So he's able to continue on. Doesn't look like there's any damage to his wing. But he is coming in. Looks like they're going to change it out. So if he was in the points race for this race, he's not now. Yep, there's the guys in front changing out the wing. And he'll be coming out about 11th place. So Gasly, Sainz, Vettel, Lance Stroll have all gotten around.
Okay, some information on Bottas. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Front is 10.8 seconds.
Starting lap 40 now, 17 laps to go. Having a look at Sebastian Vettel and Carlos Sainz just in front. That is the closest battle right now on the track. And he is just under his wing. Just half a second between the two. Coming through 5 and 6. And 7. Again, the addition of the heat haze to distort the view is a little nice touch for 2021. So he is able to stretch out a little bit, but Vettel remains in the frame. Coming down the main straight, he should have his DRS open, and right about now he should be getting close. Nope.
The gap to the car ahead is 13.2 seconds.
Back on board with the 66. You can see that our tires are still in good shape. They should be able to finish the race, which is just according to plan. And again, at this point, we don't have any other cars near us. Back on board with Carlos Sainz, looking back at Sebastian Vettel. Ahead of him, a back marker, and I believe that is a Haas. Yep. This is Pierre Gasly. He's the one that's just behind us, and right now he's about 6 seconds behind. We are falling back from Lando Norris, as you can see. We're about 6-7 seconds behind now. As you can see there, that Daniel Ricciardo has been keeping up with the leaders up in front. So we haven't seen too much of him, so he's doing well in the McLaren. So good for him. Still 6 seconds ahead of Gasly in back there. Yeah, we're actually lapping ever slower here. You can see the timing on the steering wheel that this lap is 2 seconds behind, 2.2 seconds behind our fastest lap. So definitely the yellows are slower, but we're probably about another half a second slower, just as they age or as the car goes through some wear and tear. Turn 1, turn 2 on the left, turn 3 right here. I want to ride the curves a little bit. There's Pierre Gasly behind. He is getting closer, but at this moment, not quite a threat yet. And timing shows that within the last couple of laps, he has gained about 2.5 seconds on us. So he is going faster, and we are going slower. Still in good shape. We still have extra fuel. Tires are still good. And with about 12 laps left to go, we are in a points paying position, so we'd like to keep that.
Okay, gap ahead is 17.5 seconds.
So it does look like the McLarens have charged away. Lando Norris is keeping up with his teammate, Daniel Ricciardo, which is the next place in line. And at this point, we've noticed a lot of degradation in the tires, but it's gradual, which is expected. So the simulation is actually pretty good for F1 2021. And well, Gasly is catching up pretty fast. The way that he's coming on, he's going to be passing us pretty soon. He is within 1 second behind us, so he is in a DRS zone, or he is capable of DRS when the zone opens up here. So we did gain a little bit there on the straight. He is now 1.2 seconds behind. He will not be able to open up his DRS, at least on this lap. Now there is a second zone coming up, and we'll see how he does there. He does get close here in the turn one. And he should have it available to him, which will allow him to make more ground on us. He's there now. Our proximity arrow is indicating that he is close by. There he is, nearly under our wing. He tries to get on the inside. There's not much we can do here. We'll have to drag race him out of turn 10. He does have his DRS. And we don't, at this point, we don't have fuel mixture to boost our power. And that is one of the shortcomings. And now that he's gotten by, I don't know if we're going to be able to get our place back. We do get close here. We should have our DRS available to us. No? Yes. Yes, our rear wing is open. We come in the inside, we do outbrake him, and we are going to hold him back a little bit. We did regain 7th place, at least for now. Here we are coming into second DRS zone. He is just under our wing, and he does not have his DRS open. We are able to close off turn 4, turn 5, and we do have him behind us for now. So we are back in 7th place, racing with Pierre Gasly. A little wide there. We did skid out, lock our tires. Coming into turn 8, did it again for turn 10. Another drag race. He's got his DRS open. He is a little behind at this point, so he won't be getting around. Coming into 11 and 12. Yeah, there's still about 9 or 10 laps left, and battling with Gasly here is going to help to wear out our tires. 9 laps. He will have his
The car line
DRS.
has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form.
That was only momentarily. We're gonna close off the inside here of turn 1. Hopefully pinch him in turn 2. Nope. There should have been a bump from him between 2 and 3. He's still battling with us. Coming into turn 4, we do cut him off again. Hold him back for another sector. Turn 6, 7. And we do keep locking up into turn 8, those very sharp turns. As we are doing everything to hold him back. Bump of the wheels there.
That was a major hit.
He is on the outside. And he has to accelerate off the
No damage
curbs.
to his car.
He does have his DRS open. So now he's holding back a little bit as we go through the turns here, probably to keep his air clean. And he is still within range to activate his DRS coming into the main straight here. There it is, his wing is open. On the inside of turn 1. Not much I can do at this point. He rides over the curb again, loses momentum. And we are able to pinch him out of 2 and 3. Very cautiously through turn 10. Don't want to be sliding. As Gasly is still behind us, still racing with his DRS open, right under our wing. And now he's staying close through the 12s and 11s. Still under our wing. And at this point we're waiting to activate our fuel mixture to Rich. Nothing doing here in 2021. He comes by us in the middle of the straight, and he's a good distance now, and I will have to hold back. Lose traction out of 2, and he is flying away. I do have my DRS open, but it's not going to be enough to take him into 4. So just getting out of the camera view there, you can see our teammate. It looks like we will be lapping him. So lap 52 of 57. 5 laps left to go. We are in 8th place. It looks like Pierre Gasly is going to stay ahead of us. And we do have Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari behind us. And right behind him is Sebastian Vettel.
Guess I can just let him tow me for a while. Or as long as I can hang on.
Tires are starting to wear now as they are in the 20% wear range, and you can see there they're indicated with yellow instead of the green. So we should not expect the same amount of grip that they had before when they first new. We are still looking at Pierre Gasly. He is going away, but not very quickly. Perhaps if he encounters a back marker ahead of him, we may be able to get back in the race with him. Let's see how he does with our teammate. Oh, he's getting by. He does have his DRS open, so it looks like he's going to be taking turn 1 from our teammate. So now we have our teammate just ahead of us. Didn't do too much to slow him down. So we do notice the wear now on these yellow tires. We are able to maintain, but again, we're not able to go as fast as we did or have as much grip as we did when they were first new. So we're driving a little bit more conservative by just a small percentage, just to keep them going, just to stay in the race. Ahead of us here is our teammate Marino Sato in the other driving immersion. You can see there that he is now getting the blue flag. And again, I believe they have 5 corners to let us go. So he let us go. Coming out of turn 12, 13. And 15. Down the main straight, we are ahead of him now. He does have his DRS open, so he's going to try to come back around us. And I don't know if the plan is that he was going to tow us between 3 and 4. Certainly not. He's got his DRS still open. We do not have DRS available to us. So there's no reason or rhyme to why he passed us at that point. He can only slow us down, and now there's a Ferrari just behind us. So that was a bad move. You can see here that the Ferrari, I believe that is Sainz, tries to come around us. Not quite a smooth move, and he has damage to his front wing. I believe that is the second Ferrari wing that we have busted up this race. He's falling back now. He's going to have to come in and have that changed out with just 2 laps to go. Our teammate's still giving him a challenge, but he's going to let him go. There is Sebastian Vettel, and he's going to be able to pass him by. So we are waiting for the Ferrari to come into the pits. Here he comes. So the end plate is missing from the right-hand side. Obviously, new tires and a new wing. But again, it's the end of the race with just 2 laps to go. It's not going to really do anything for him. So Sainz is now out of the points for the race.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
So our tires are somewhat marginal now. They're getting close to it. You can see that they're getting close to 30% wear. And going through turn 10 there, turn 11 here, they're definitely not as grippy. And in fact, coming through 12 and 13.
This looks like a Mercedes behind us, but we're not being blue flagged.
We're having to be very careful, and we're losing a lot of time. That is not a Mercedes behind us. That is the Mercedes-powered Aston Martin of Sebastian Vettel.
Losing the back end.
And after he's gotten around Carlos Sainz, who had to pit, he is only a second behind us now. And he is moving fast in comparison to us. We do have tires that are pretty well worn. And that's going to be our cause for the slower laps. So 56 out of 57 laps, all we have to do is keep him behind. So he is ever getting closer. He does have a faster cornering speed. And we are doing the best that we can with this set of tires. He will have this DRS open. There we go. 1 lap to go. He is on our left. We were too late to close off the lane. And he gets around, locking up. And it looks like we're going to let him go. He is that much faster. Probably about 10 car lengths now. So lap 57 and 57 looks like
1 lap of fuel remaining.
Max Verstappen has won the race. So this will be our last lap. And Carlos Sainz, as you can see there, got the fastest lap of the race after his wing change and a new set of reds. Looking back now from the wing of Sebastian Vettel, that is the 66 in tow. Not enough tire to keep up, catch up, and get by.
No steering.
We do get close momentarily, but We've got one more shot to get by. And here he kind of backs us up with a very slow right-hander.
Just could not pull up.
And that's going to allow him to accelerate sooner than us. And he will take 8th place. With a 66 just under his wing, we have finished the race. Fernando Alonso gets the driver of the day, starting on 20th place.
Another spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain, and a real champion's drive to take the win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Max Verstappen now leads the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Fernando Alonso, wherever he is, whatever team he's in, when is he not just brilliant? He'll give you a performance every time, just like he's done today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull take over as championship leaders. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
So that's going to do it for the first race of the season. Don't forget to comment below and give us a like or a thumbs up, and consider subscribing for more racing to come. Until the next race, we'll see you then.